What is up, guys? It's been a bit since I've done an actual vlog. I haven't shot a vlog since before I went to Virginia Beach, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have been watching the videos from the ride, the YummiR6 and ZJ Motovlogs vlogs. Let's try that again, shall we? The YummiR6 and ZJ Motovlogs meetup. So if you don't already know about that meetup or haven't seen any of the videos, I'll post a link right now, and you'll be able to go and watch the video from the ride. But basically, the ride was held in Virginia Beach over Memorial Day weekend, and it was just an awesome ride. Myself and a few others drove up there, and we did a surprise appearance because we had talked to ZJ for months prior to the meetup and told him that we weren't coming. None of us, we were all busy. We all had things to do, which was honestly the truth. We all did have, either financial issues. What is wrong with you today, witness? We either had financial issues or just time wouldn't allow, or for whatever reason. But some of us just couldn't see ourselves getting out there. And then when schedules kind of opened up and we went, we decided, you know what? We already told him we're not coming. So let's make this into like an epic, just guest appearance and see how that turns out. So I went up with Downshift 83, and it was just an awesome time. It was me, him, we had Jester 85, Shag in the Wind, and for all YouTube's sake, we'll call him Token. Token doesn't have a YouTube channel, but so we gotta call him something, and Token it is. But I gotta say, man, I had so much fun with these guys. It was such a blast. I've met Downshift 83 before, so it was, it was cool getting, it wasn't like I just met him for the first time. But every time that I've been able to hang out with him and, we've been able to shoot the breeze, he is such a down-to-earth dude, man. He's just a fucking awesome guy. And we cracked up the entire ride up there and the entire ride back, for that matter. So on day one of the trip, I was making a ride from what was supposed to be Miami to Panama City Beach to go link up with Jester 85 and Downshift 83. And Jester had told me, he's like, dude, I'll meet you in Tallahassee, which is about 2 hours away from Panama City Beach. And he's like, yeah, man, I'll meet you in Tallahassee. He's like, I feel like going for a ride anyway. So I'll meet you out there, and then we'll maybe grab a bite to eat or something, and we'll ride back together the last 2 hours of the journey down to Panama City Beach. And so I was like, yeah, cool, man, that's awesome. It'd be nice after being 7 hours already on the road for the last couple of hours to at least have some sort of company. So I get off in Tallahassee, and much to my surprise, Jester 85 comes out to meet up with me, and he's there with Downshift. And it was a surprise to see him there because I didn't think he was going to be meeting up with us. I thought he had to work. And the bigger surprise was that he brought his truck, and he was going to trailer me, load the truck with my bike up into his truck and trailer me back to Panama City Beach, so I wouldn't have to ride the last 2 hours to kind of save me the ball ache, literally. So that was really awesome. It was a nice surprise. So we packed up everything, and we got up early the next morning to head out to Atlanta to go pick up Shag in the Wind and Token. So we picked them up, and we meet up with, since we're in Atlanta, we're like, hey, let's meet up with Chase and Iamramekin. So we met up with Chase and Iamramekin for lunch, and I don't have any video from that lunch, simply because it was just a casual lunch where nobody was wearing helmets. you know, and I'm not going to put Chase's face out there on blast. So, but again, another real down-to-earth dude, man. Chase was real cool. Ramekin is an awesome guy. And if you don't know who ChaseOnTwoWheels or Iamramekin are, then I'll post the links in the description. But yeah, they're motovloggers that you absolutely should be watching. But yeah, so we met up with them for lunch. That was a fun time. And then we kind of just pushed on through. We went through to Virginia Beach. Now we didn't go all the way to Virginia Beach because we were worried, since we were, oh my balls, God, why did I go over that pothole? So we were afraid that we were going to be seen somewhere in Virginia Beach. You know, somebody was going to recognize Downshift's truck or his trailer, because it has these big stickers on the side that say Downshift 83 and the Resistance. So what we did was we stopped at a hotel for the night outside, like a couple of hours, like, I don't know, 2-3 hours or so outside of Virginia Beach. We spent the night there, and then we just took off the next morning and drove straight through and made it to the meetup right on time. And we pull up to the meetup, and you know, people started freaking out. There was ZJ told me he didn't actually see the truck when we pulled up, but he heard it. If you've never heard Downshift's truck, it's definitely recognizable. And so we pull up, and ZJ was just like, oh, God, I know exactly who it is. And he turns around, and he was like, yep, it's Downshift. So he kind of turns to the rest of the group, who still at this point hadn't even noticed that we're driving by and that we're pulling up to them. And he turns to them, and he was like, hey, do any of you guys recognize that truck? And everyone turns, and there was one dude, I don't know who the guy was, but he was standing on top of an expedition taking pictures of the group, and he flipped out. I could hear him from inside the truck. He busted out into like a fit of joy going, oh my God, it's Downshift 83! So that was absolutely hysterical. So our plans to be a surprise hit at the meetup went off without a hitch. So the ride itself was awesome. We had 2 incidents with cops. Both of the times the cops were really cool. They didn't give us any kind of a hard time. And the ride itself couldn't have been more perfect. We had awesome weather. There wasn't a cloud in sight. It was just great weather. And most importantly, nobody got hurt. There was nobody that went down. One dude, from what I hear, I didn't see it, but one dude dropped his bike, but like got off of it and I guess didn't have the kickstand down or something to that effect, and literally just dropped his bike. But not that anybody actually fell. So that's always a plus. I mean, whenever we do big group rides where lots of bikes show up, it's sometimes difficult to ensure that nobody's going to fall, because you don't know everybody's driving level and their skill, and you don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to react. So it's kind of difficult to gauge your own driving at that point. When we actually reached almost the end of the ride, when we got to Virginia Beach, we took that place over. Everyone was driving through there, revving their engines, and you know, we were just being loud, which I don't know how we didn't see a single cop, and we didn't get in trouble for, Jesus, come on, man, what the shit? So yeah, I don't know how we didn't get in trouble for all the ruckus we were causing on the beach, but we didn't. As a matter of fact, it was kind of the highlight of everybody's day, because everybody was coming out from the stores that were there on the side of the street. Like people, if I was looking at this store right here, that people were just coming out, taking pictures, shooting video. There was people coming out of their apartments and coming out onto their balconies and shooting video, and just everyone was freaking out. So it was a pretty cool reaction from everybody that we got to see. And then at the end of the ride, we stopped off at a place there in Virginia Beach to get a bite to eat. So everyone was there hanging out. Yummy had already kind of preset the location for that, and he had spoken to the management and the owner and told them, you know, hey, we're going to be showing up with a lot of motorcycles out here, just so that way you guys are well aware and prepped and everything. And they kind of already had space put aside for us and everything. So that was really cool of that restaurant, and cool of Yummy for thinking of that in advance, because it would have sucked to show up there. We had something like 80 bikes in this ride, something to that effect. It would have been crazy to show up with that many bikes and then no accommodations. And then at the end of the day, after everybody went home, pretty much just the motovloggers. So all the guys that I came up with, and Yummy and ZJ and all them, we went to Miss ZJ Motovlogs' parents' house, and they were very hospitable. Thank you guys very much for your hospitality. That was pretty awesome. And we kind of just did like a little barbecue, had some beers. We played cornhole out there, which I suck at, by the way. So it was cool just to be able to hang out with everybody. All in all, it was an epic weekend, man. We had so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again. You know, one of the other good things for me anyway that's come out of that ride was, since that ride, I've gotten a ton of new subscribers, and a ton of new followers on Instagram, a bunch of new people that follow me on Facebook, and I'm so appreciative of it. You know, thank you guys so much for following my channel and enjoying the things that I put out. And I kind of want to talk about the motovlogging community and how it affects people. One of those subscribers, one of those new people that started subscribing to me, his name is Celtic Gorilla, and I kind of wanted to give him a shout out in this video, because he sent me probably one of the most heartfelt messages I've received from a subscriber to date. And basically what he told me was his son, Junior, he's autistic. And it's, if any of you know anything about autism, it's very difficult to find any sort of common ground with a child with autism. Little known fact about Witness, my cousin is actually autistic, and you know, he's a pretty severe case of autism. But so it's been a bit of a difficult task to relate to him sometimes, and to find something that we were both interested in. And you know, it's a lot challenging, actually. Not a little, it's a lot challenging. So basically the message that he sent me was that he wanted to thank me, as well as other motovloggers like ZJ and Yummy and Downshift and Shag in the Wind and Chase and all these guys, you know, guys that I'm actually friends with, which is pretty cool. And he wanted to thank all of us, because motovlogging has been the common ground that he's been able to find with his son. His son comes home from school, and basically they sit down for like an hour, maybe two, and they watch motovlogs. So they look forward to seeing, you know, who put out videos that day. So yeah, so basically, you know, his son comes home, they sit down after school, and they sit down and they watch our motovlogs. And he pretty much says, you know, this is now the bonding time that he's been able to find with his son, which I think is awesome. And what I find even more awesome is that motovlogging is actually that common ground that he has. You know, it's awesome that he found anything, for that matter, but the fact that it's motovlogging, it really meant a lot to me and to other motovloggers. I shared it with a bunch of them, and they were like, wow, that's actually really, really awesome that we can reach out and touch somebody like that. So yeah, I was really touched by his comment. Probably, I mean, because it hit home, because I know that struggle. So, you know, Celtic Gorilla, this one goes out to you and your son. I look forward to maybe meeting you one day. Hopefully you can bring your son with you. That would be awesome. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoyed the story pretty much of what went on there at the ZJ Motovlogs and YummiR6 meetup. By all means, go ahead and send me a friend request on Facebook. I'll put the link in the description. Follow me on Instagram. And definitely throw me a like or a dislike, depending on what you thought of the video. And subscribe to see some more stuff. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you on the next video.